Hello angels, it is Looking Brat here with new video. Hey angels, it's Looking Bratz aka Dom here with a new video because I got a new doll. How shocking, I got a new doll. So, I don't know where to start. So, I haven't filmed a video in like weeks. No, I filmed the Christmas video, but then before that I hadn't filmed a video in like a week. And I've just been like taking a little bit of a break, and I got really sick like right before New Year's, and my body is still recovering, and I feel like congested. It's a very weird feeling though. And there's just been a lot going on, and I don't know where to start. And I had to go back to work, so I had to start work again. And then today I unfortunately found out a family member passed. So there's just a lot going on here. And I'm just, I'm trying to, I don't even know what I'm trying to do at this point, but I'm just trying to be happy at the end of the day. And I think dolls make me really happy. But, let me not go off on tangents about that. And today, right before I found out about them passing, I was going to go to Target during my lunch break, and then I found out, and then I went to Target. And I went to Target on my lunch break, and I actually found some dolls. And this is not a haul video of like what I bought at Target today, but I wasn't expecting to find dolls today. So it's been like a doll day though, just because I walked into Target, and then I actually had to pick up like 5 other things before I even got to the dolls, surprisingly, because usually I go straight to the dolls. And I walked into like the toy aisle section, and then there was like all these like clearance dolls, and it looked like a mess. It was like a hot mess. And this specific Target, I've posted pictures on my Twitter before of this Target. It's always like crammed and like dolls everywhere, and it's super messy in the doll aisle, usually because they don't really sell that many they have dolls there, but they're not selling, they're not like moving at that Target. And it still shows because the clearance aisle was packed with toys, and they had a bunch of like Shadow High Ash. They had a lot of boy dolls, I will say. Like, I think the boys haven't been selling well at this Target specifically. I don't think the boys sell well generally, but especially at this Target. Like, they had Cool Lev, and I feel like Cool Lev has been out since 2021. Yeah, since like summer of 21. So yeah, he's not moving. And yeah, it was a really packed clearance aisle. And then I was like, oh, like, is this all they have after Christmas? And then I walked over a little few more aisles, because I'm like, wait, this doesn't look like the usual spot of the doll aisle. So then I actually walked over a few aisles, and then I found the actual doll aisles, and they were actually like bare, because they were resetting actually as I was there. And I walk into the doll aisle, and I'm like, oh, there's not much here. But then I look over, and I'm like, oh, like, that's the OMG Sunshine Makeover dolls. And then I look over to the other side, and then I see Monster High Creepover, which I haven't seen at Target yet, so I was surprised by that. And then I look a little bit over, and then I see Diamante from Shadow High Series 2, and I was like, oh, they have Dia. And I was looking at her, and all of her lips were like very weird, and apparently she has very weird lips. But then I'm like, then looking at all the dolls, because I realized they had Mermaid's Winter Waves, and I was like very intrigued, and because I need the rest of Winter Waves. And I'm like, oh, this is like the only store I've seen with Winter Waves left. So I'm like looking, and I'm picking out a few. And then the girl walks over, and she's like talking to the other guy who's like working there. And she's like, oh, another Shadow High doll. And then she like puts a stack down in the thing, and it's by Dia. And it's Zoe Electro, who's the one I really, really want from the collection. So I ended up getting Zoe. And I got one of the dolls from the Sunshine Makeover. I'll do separate videos for those. But yeah. I got those, and then I got 3 Winter Waves dolls today because I had to price match them, and the price matching situation was a little nutty, because the woman was like an older woman. I felt bad, but at the same time I was like, oh, I feel like she would know how to price match by now. And I've asked her this before at this specific Target. And she's like, I should have known better not to have price matched at this store. But I just really wanted to get the rest of Winter Waves. And now I just need one more. So, yeah. Also, I cut my finger today. And I have no idea how. Like, I just found out maybe 15 minutes ago. And I was like, why does my finger hurt? And it was, like, split open. A lot of dolls. And then I got a used Bratz Flaunted Sash yesterday, and she's actually in amazing condition. And I'm excited because I love Flaunted. And now I just need Yasmin, and I'm gonna put Sasha up once I fix her up a bit more. And I got another doll for my little Bratz restoration project, which hopefully I can do this year at some point. And then I feel like there was another doll I got recently. I don't know, but yeah, I came home today and I bought this doll, and this is my first doll purchase of 2020. I was gonna say 2021, 2023. And I'm super duper excited because it actually is a grail. And I have another grail that I have to open. I have a bunch of dolls I still have to open. Like, I've been really bad. Like, look behind me. Like, look under my Bratz pad. Yeah, it's much. But here I am filming a video for a doll I literally just received and completely ignoring my backlog of dolls. And I'm prioritizing this video probably because I'm just super excited because I collect these dolls called Off the Hook, and they're not really well known to a lot of folks. And I think the reason why is just because they are like on the more obscure side. They came out as sort of like a Bratz type competitor. And a lot of the Bratz competition from like the 2000s, not all of them are as well known as like a My Scene. And these are definitely, in my eyes, more of like a morphing between My Scene and Bratz. And I'm literally like, I've been obsessed with these dolls for like 13 years now. Like going on 13, 14 years now. And I didn't actually get my first ones until 2017 when I was searching desperately for them, and I couldn't get them when I was younger because I didn't have the money for them. And they weren't like super expensive back then, but like, you know, considering I didn't have a job and I was like a child, yeah, I couldn't afford them. And they were only like on eBay because they were at that point old, because they're from 2003, 2004. So they're harder to come by. And this is actually from Integrity Toys, but it's from their Playline division from way back when, called Playtend Toys. And I'm just really excited to have added another one to my collection, but adding a super rare one. So the Off the Hook dolls I have are actually, a lot of them have been used. Like, I bought them used, and some of them I had to like sort of like piece together. And I've actually, you know, I bought like maybe 3 of them at this point, new in box, which is pretty impressive considering. And I haven't had to pay like any exorbitant prices. And wow, I love the new signature iced latte from Dunkin'. And if you use the app, you know, if Dunkin' ever did want to sponsor me, I love iced coffee. I'm in a really silly mood today. So yeah, I'm looking up at my shelf. That's why I keep looking to the stars. And they are stars. I love them. They're on my top shelf, on my little shelf of dolls that are not Bratz shelf. It's my mixed brand shelf. That's a good way to put it. Because I have my Rainbow High shelf / mermaids, because I moved mermaids there. I have my Bratz shelves, and then I have my OMG shelf, because it's one shelf and it has all my OMGs on it in my closet. It's gonna run out of room real soon. Looking at my little Off the Hook shelf, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 6 on display. I have 1 that was an attempted repaint stored away, and then I had another one who looks kind of like the one that we're gonna look at today, and her head split open. So I will say, Off the Hook dolls, a lot of them all of them actually, I think, have polypropylene hair, so I ended up rerouting a lot of mine. The only ones I haven't rerouted are one, and her hair works. Like, I don't need to reroute it because it's just like natural, like a black hair texture, and I think it looks great, so I just left it as is. I styled it a little bit and I left it alone. And then another one does still have poly, but it looked cute. Like she just has like straight hair really, so I just kind of left it alone. And I would show you, but I really did not want to take them down. I was actually thinking like, oh, I'll bring them all down and I'll do an analysis of each one, but that's not what I'm doing right now. And I tend to rebody them. So actually, I'll show you the body that I use, and it is the FR 1.0 body, and I think the body shape is like the most like the Off the Hook dolls, but these bodies are really tall, and I didn't know that when I bought them for my Off the Hooks, but I still rebodied them anyway. So I have more of these, and I need to rebody more of my Off the Hook dolls, but so far only actually three of them, because the one that was getting repainted, or I attempted to repaint and then I just put away. Yeah, so she's alone in a bin right now. And the other ones, I have two rebodied on display right now. The rest don't have bodies, although I could give like one of them a new body, but I'm not going to right now. And this body, I didn't think I was going to get another Off the Hook doll anytime soon, but I'll probably be using this body today on the one that we bought, because it is the closest match, I think, to the character. And we can discuss that in a bit, why it's not the exact match. But yeah, I really love Off the Hook dolls. I think they look very much... I'm sorry, I've been talking so much, and I've been talking about 10 different things, but I'm kind of like in, like brain mush mode today. Yeah, I love Off the Hook. Like, if you know me, like, you know that Off the Hook is like one of like my hyperfixation brands, because I love it. Like, I think it's one of the coolest Bratz competitors out there. I think my scene is gorgeous, but I think, I don't know, I heard a rumor, and I don't know how true this is, that my scene was supposed to be the competitor to Off the Hook originally, and Off the Hook, that's why, like, you know, the like Integrity, I don't know what I'm saying. Integrity was planning to release Off the Hook, and then I think Integrity might believe that my scene was made to compete with Off the Hook and not with Bratz. That's the way I heard it, but I think my scene has always sort of been like the answer to Bratz from Mattel. But I don't know. I think it would be interesting to learn more of like Mattel's intentions with that. But I honestly think like my scene was supposed to like nix Bratz. Like you could nix Bratz. I mean, unless you took them to trial and got them in a lawsuit and then had them taken off shelves and taken all of MJ's money and having them resort to use cheaper materials, leading to less sales for the dolls. And yeah, I think, you know, if you've put them through 4 reboots, maybe Mattel did their job. But obviously that came back to bite Mattel in the booty, because great examples right there. Where was I? But yeah, I have a new doll today, and I'm like almost 15 minutes into recording the video, and I haven't even showed you the doll. So all the dolls from Off the Hook that I have are like wave 1 dolls, and they came in like these weird shaped boxes. Maybe I'll post a picture here somewhere, because they're very easy to find, those ones. Well, not easy to find, but they're easier to find than the one I'm about to show you. And then I want to say like 2 or 3 years ago, I was on Worth Point, and I actually found a Neve. So Neve is one of the characters from Off the Hook, and I saw her, and she was in a different box, and it was just like a rectangle box, and it had artwork, and it had a whole new outfit. And these outfits were actually shown at Toy Fair in 2003, and I wasn't sure if the dolls were ever actually released. And then I realized, like, oh, like, maybe they were released, but this listing was from Hong Kong, I want to say. So maybe, I was like, oh, maybe they, like, had a limited international release, but lo and behold, I found one, And this is how I started off my New Year's. So I think I found this, I don't know, I was with my friend Josh. He helped take care of me when I was sick, so thank you to Josh. And I like gasped. I was like, and then he was like, "What? Like, what happened?" And then I was like, "Oh my God." And then I see the eBay listing because I have an alert on my phone for off the hook dolls, like on my eBay. And I wasn't, I just check every once in a while, not really expecting anything. And I saw her listed. And I sent the seller an offer because it was a bid. And I was like, "I'm not bidding on this. I want this. This is mine." And yeah, she is now mine. So shout out to the seller for listing her. And I'm so excited, and I have to unbox her because I need to see more of her accessories. And this is the first off the hook I've had that has this box that's like a wave 2 and has artwork, and I've never seen like the artwork in person before. I've only seen blurry pictures of it, but this artwork is so cute. I also love how the skin tones are actually accurate. Like, let's give them props for that. And oh my goodness. And so here's the back of the box actually, and you can see the artwork again. I love this artwork. And okay, the box is a little dirty, but whatever. Like, this is an old doll. This doll is probably from like 2004, I want to say. Like, that's my rough estimate. So it's been 19 years maybe since, or maybe even 20 if this came out in 2003, but I'll say 2004. Yeah, 2004 actually. I was right. So it's been 19 years. So I'm glad it's dated 2004. I know the date now. I got your info. Also, another thing I love, and I'm gonna keep it on there, of course, is the CVS price sticker saying that it was $12.99. I did pay more than $12.99 for the doll. So I think Off the Hook was originally like maybe like $10, and they were mostly sold at KB Toys from what I've seen, because a lot of them would have price stickers with the $9.99 KB Toys. And so I'm happy to know that there was other places and that they were sold at CVS. I can't believe they would sell this doll at CVS, but I will say the quality control of the doll, like, I get it. Like, it's a cheaper made doll. But I think they look expensive. I think that's the thing that always strikes me about Off the Hook is that, like, look at the face, like at the sculpt, it's so like sultry, and the eyes and the lips, like it looks very like mature. And I think that's what I've always loved about Off the Hook is that, like, they always look like a very mature mix between my scene and Bratz. And I honestly think these would have worked so well as like a collector type doll, and I wish Integrity would actually consider bringing these back, maybe for like a one-off line of just like collector dolls. Like, I think that would be so much fun, because they do that with their Janae dolls, because Janae was like one of their Playline dolls, and they bring her back occasionally. I actually have a collector Janae doll. I have a few of the Playline Janae dolls. I'm congested. But yeah, here is my new Neve, and I'm so excited. Oh yeah, I'm gonna open her, but like let's look at the box. Like, of course we have this. There's Neve, and she kind of gives me Funk Out Sasha with the pants. And something else I noticed is like there's like a little booklet of some sort in there. So I'm excited to see what's in that booklet. I hope it's a catalog and it shows more dolls, because it's detached, by the way. You can see more dolls on the front and the dolls that aren't on the back of the box. Also, something I should note. So, okay, the characters. We have Reese, Toya, Neve, but then this is Dayle. But I noticed this in the Worth Point listing I saw a few years ago, is that, so Dayle's name was spelled Dayle on the original Off the Hook packages and all that. But now it's spelled without the E. But I also was not sure like what her name actually said. And I was like, Dayle? So, and then there's a new character who is, I guess, sort of like supposed to be an Asian character, because her name is Ling. And I'm like, okay, interesting name choice. But now it's like the core 5 of Off the Hook. And I really want a Ling, and that's what I was trying to do, make a custom of when I wiped off the face of one of my older off the hook dolls. And she's just rerouted with black hair and she has no face. So if there's any repaint artists who want to help me out, please help me. But I'm gonna open her up. But I love, love, love the artwork. We have the artwork on the front. I've been talking a lot, sorry. And there's artwork on the sides too, which is really cute. And there's artwork on the top. But I am going to save the packaging 100%. Like, I would be stupid not to. But, ooh, okay. I'm intrigued, excited, nervous. Okay, first thing that just plopped out. I think it's gonna be a booklet. Okay. Okay, I'm excited, Okay. Here's the booklet. And we have some dolls. So we've seen the Reese before. We may have seen the Dayle on the back. There is another Neve here, and she looks so cool. I kind of wish I had one like that, because I haven't seen any Neves with that screening. She always has a side glance. I would love to see her with a forward glance screening. But yeah, these look so, so gorgeous. And I when I first saw the listing, I was like, okay. Like, I thought it was going to be like a cardboard piece, but no, this looks like a real booklet. Yep. It's a little booklet. Oh, I love this. Okay, so interesting. So it looks like Reese in this wave only has one doll, and she's a gorgeous doll. Like, she's very cute. I love her look. But all the other girls actually have two looks. So maybe that's why Reese only has one look there. But yeah, it's like all the girls like in two looks, and then there's Reese just kind of chilling in the middle with like one look. But these, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I struck gold with this one, I have to say. As the number one off the hook collector, I struck gold here. And I'm really, really just happy that I have this. Like, this is such a cool piece of doll history to me, but also just like the fact that I collect off the hook specifically, like it's a really special moment for me, I have to say. And I'm gonna unbox the rest of her things. So they always come with shoes and they're separated, and these shoes are actually often reused with the off the hook dolls, and they're cute shoes. Like, I like them. They're like these little black boots. I actually have a pair of boots for myself that look kind of like this. And I think I have like two other dolls, maybe one other, but I know it's been reused a lot with the off the hook dolls. And I don't know anybody who's like as invested in off the hook dolls as me, except for one person, and that's my friend Max, who low-key got me into the dolls just because he like had them and like he would post pictures of them. So here's a little bag, and it's actually like a well-made piece. It's like a pleather, and I'm surprised it's not peeling. So I guess maybe it's some good pleather fabric there. And she also has a pleather jacket. Again, I'm really shocked it's not peeling, but like, I don't know, like, it doesn't even feel like it's gonna deteriorate right now. And in the past, like, all my off the hooks have not come with like any separate pieces. Like, they've always been on the doll because they've been like a more slimmer box doll. So this is my first time like actually getting to like, I guess, dress them like from the packaging. But yeah, here is her jacket. It's a nice, cute, basic jacket. And here's her hat. It's kind of like what's the fabric? Corduroy? Yeah, I think that's the word I'm looking for. I think I found it. But her hat is really cool, very well constructed. I have to say, for a doll that was like $12.99, pretty impressive pieces and construction. And that's another thing I do like about Off the Hook, is that I think all of them have like really nice, well-made outfits, and like outfits I would say would have made me mistake them for collector dolls. But here is Neve out of the package, and her hair, horrible. It's polypropylene, which is not shocking, but it looks like there was maybe supposed to be a hair tie up here that maybe snapped off or disintegrated, but there is another hair tie here, and it's like at the end of her hair, Oh, and it just disintegrated in my hand. So I can actually, oh, let me just grab another one from my stash. Okay, so I quickly just put her hair in a ponytail. I think I'm going to redo her hair. Maybe at some point, oh, I think her hair is just gonna start coming out of her head. Just because it is polypropylene, which is like probably lowest or second to lowest grade hair that you can use on dolls. And over time, polypropylene, like dolls with it, will just start to fall apart. Like the hair will just start falling out of the head. And I do see that happening with this doll. So I am going to redo her hair at some point. I just messed it up more. But yes, here she is. And these have like a bendy body, but they don't have like articulated knees. So they kind of just have like a stiff knee. And what I find that funny though, because like, why is everything else so posable and then it's like that? Like, she can barely even like move her legs forward. But I love her outfit though, and this one says, her shirt says All-Star Cheer Squad 30. You think I'm 30? And then I love her pants. I love the construction of these, like the way they're like cinched in here, and then there's like little straps. I think I actually accidentally undid one of the ties here. Okay. I think she's really cute. I'm really happy to have her. I do have a Neve. I had one that looked very similar to this, and I thought, like when I first got her, I thought the shade of blonde was going to be similar to the Neve that I had with blonde hair. But looking at it now, this is like less yellow, or I guess gold toned, than the other one I had with blonde hair. But it still is like pretty like gold toned, but she does look really good with it. And if I rerouted her, I'd probably reroute her with the same or a similar hair color, but in like saran or nylon or something. But I love the way that her front bangs here like swoop like that. Like that's very neatly done, and I appreciate that. But I am gonna have to redo her ponytail for sure. But she's a very lovely doll. And my thing with these bodies, and you know what I find funny is that in this release, they say we can strike a pose, we're totally off the hook. And with the original dolls, they didn't really actually like say anything about the dolls' with the doll arms bending. It was kind of just like, I think you found out. At least I don't remember anything on the old packaging saying that the arms bend. So I think it's funny now they're trying to capitalize off that. But these bodies, like, I don't like these bodies, I have to be honest. Not just because they're stiff, but also because I've had this happen with several of these dolls, is that they will snap at the neck. Like, the neck will just snap off. Like, I'm sure if I do it now, maybe not. I was like, maybe they fixed the problem at one point. But I didn't mean to, like, just beat my doll. But, yeah, I am definitely going to give her this body. But if you don't already notice, this one is not as, like, red. Like, this one has more red undertones. And this body doesn't have as much, like, red undertones. But this has been, like, the closest match I've found with the FR 1.0 body. So I am going to still use it. But yeah, this is my new Off the Hook doll. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry I talked so much throughout this. I thought this was going to be a short and sweet video, but, you know, it wasn't. And that's okay. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to follow me on all socials. But before you follow me on all socials, make sure to like this video. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more doll content, because I definitely want to post about more obscure dolls like this. And make sure to follow me on all socials at Lookin' Bratz, hold the G, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. Should I say Instagram? I'm also on Instagram. I love Instagram. And that's it. Have a great night. But yeah, thank you again for watching, and I will... Oh, go to lookinbratz.com. Hello. That's the reason I'm here. Go to lookinbratz.com. But yeah, have a lovely time. Bye. Hey, turn off.